A very good evening to you and welcome to the couch with me, Ama Pratt. Okay, so it's a Friday. Now that means that today we are going to have a personality profile edition of the show. And I always make it a point to explain that the people we bring on Fridays are people who are winning, people who are winning in the context of winning. They are doing something great. They are either using the talents God has given them to impact the society, or they're wonderful, something worth celebrating. That's what we are dedicating our Fridays for. And this evening, I'm especially excited because the person we have in the studio is somebody who, first of all, needs no introduction, because you will know him the minute you see him, and also because he's doing amazingly and he's been so consistent. I remember him from when I was a baby, I'm sure. So now, when he is so consistent and he's managed to be versatile all through the years, churning out song after song after song, hit performance after performance, So I talk too much, don't I? Yeah, sometimes I do. So I will not talk too much. Let's take a quick break. When we come back on the documentary of this legendary man that we have in the studio. Stay with us.
Today, we can't trust sources of water anymore. Confidence is gone due to human activities. Same human activities introduces well-mechanized machines which purifies water. I bring to you ultimate natural mineral water. Deep from underground, tasty, well-purified and corporately packaged. Ultimate natural mineral water. Let's drink the new. For bulk, call 020-379-1888 or 0244-515-801. Ultimate natural mineral water. My water, your water, our water.
Gyedu-Blay Ambolley is a Ghanaian highlife musician, songwriter, producer, and composer. Born in 1947 at Sekondi in the Western region, Gyedu-Blay Ambolley is the first musician from Ghana to formally incorporate rap forms into local highlife rhythms. Thus, Ambolley created the musical genre Simigwa. Gyedu-Blay Ambolley was rather unknown outside of West Africa until Soundway Records included his seminal Simigwa, which Ambolley released in 1973 on the Affairs anthology, Ghana Sounds. Ambolley's sound has led many to label him the godfather of hip life, which is the fusion of hip hop and high life. His song Simigwa is considered the first rap in the world, released in 1973. Ambolley is among the few musicians who envisaged a future for high life music in the late 60s and early 70s and helped transform the genre, fusing high life, funk, and jazz music. His awards include Most Consistent Artist in Ghana in 1980, Album and Song of the Year 1990, Trend Music Awards at Ivory Coast in 1997, African American History Award, Los Angeles in 2001, African Music Award in 2002, Malcolm X Music Festival Award, Los Angeles in 2002, Lifetime Achievement Award, which is the Jazz Drew from Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science, Los Angeles in 2003, Congressional Gubernatorial Certificate of Special Recognition in 2003, Best World Beat Recombinant Artist in 2003, and weekly nominated Ambolley for Best World Beat Recombinant Artist in 2003 and 2004. His greatest songs include Simigwa, released in 1975, Semi-Rap in 2003, and A Message in 2018. His music genre are high life, Afrobeat, Afropop, and jazz music.
Mr. Tunful wants to see a James Brown, and he like your call Gary too much. Get it now. Call him soul, Amada soul, brother treat soul.
Welcome back from the break. I started enjoying myself already, you know, so just to let you know. So now you know who the guest for this evening is. Uncle.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Let me say this quickly. You are so cool.
Is that so?
Yes.
Well,
So cool.
some people used to say that anyway,
Yeah.
and maybe that's part of me anyway.
But you don't expect it. When we are meeting you, we expect you know, the man we see on stage, the man doing all the moves.
Yeah.
But then
yeah.
you are so cool.
Yeah, but I think the stage is my office. So when I go to my office, it's different from when I'm at home or when I'm being interviewed. So it's like a true personality kind of a something, but it's all controllable anyway.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
I
much.
see you doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
You know, been watching other interviews as well, and you know, I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Coming from you, high praise. High praise. Thank you. I'm most grateful. Thank you. Let's go all the way back. Now, one of the awards, you took the award somewhere. No, I think it's one of the albums. I had 73. 73.
Yeah.
I wasn't born.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for over 30 years.
Yeah, but I
About
think over 40 years.
years.
Yeah. Yeah. Consistently.
Consistently
Yeah.
for about 40 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You need to give us this. Because there are musicians who come out, there's a first hit, and then that's it. We don't hear from them again. You know,
Yeah.
some are able to stay for a little while, let's say, 3-5 years, and then they are gone. You know. So how are you staying consistent and very relevant for 40 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, you know, I think each and every one of us has a gift. And if you're able to recognize your gift, you know, it helps you to work towards the gift that the Almighty gave. You know, at school, elementary school, I really saw that I was going to become a musician. And because at any given time that music is being played, like outdoorings or funerals and things, we just, you know, go back and stand behind the band, you know, and be looking at the band. First, I became fascinated with the drummer, the one who plays drums, because the drummer uses his hands and feet and all that to play at the same time. I became fascinated with that. But as time went on, we used to go to our elders and speak to them about how we want to get involved into music. And the one that I spoke to was a guitar player. And he said that, well, you're fascinated with drums, but in secondary, it would be very hard for you to have a drums, you know, the drum kit to practice with. So he advised me to learn the guitar instead. Because with the drums, I had to travel all the way from Segani to Takoradi before. But with the guitar, the availability was right there, and it was good because it gave me that opportunity to learn the rudiments of music as well as the four chords on the guitar. That is C, F, D minor 7th, G 7th, and all that. Most of the highlights we play are all based on around these chords.
The guitar?
Yeah, the guitar chords, yeah. So it helped me to broaden up my, you know, my mind, you know, towards the nitty-gritties of music, you know. And they're like what you said, lots of people come into the music business and fall out, you know, at a very short pace. Because some are not born musicians, but they fall in love with music that they think that they can make a trade out of it, you know. So they, at some point in time, will fall out. But those that are born with it, you also have to learn the language of music, You know, that will help you to be consistent, to be able to compose your music, arrange your music, perform your music, the lyrics-wise and everything. And so all these are, you know, different forms of music, connotations, that it helps you to become a real and true musician.
I really like what you're saying. So for you, it wasn't just the talent; you also learned, you know, the profession.
Yes.
More or less, you have to go back and learn how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
And all of that.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. So you do make your own music.
Yeah, basically all the music that you heard me singing or performing are all coming from my own compositions, arrangements as well, the lyrics as well. You know, because when I was growing up back in Secondary, you know, yeah, you know, Secondary is a port city, you know, whereby there were seamen that would travel outside the shores of Ghana and coming back with music. And back in the 60s, you know, that was a time of soul music. So we're hearing music from James Brown, you know, Wilson Pickett, Stevie Wonders, you know, all that. But I became fascinated with James Brown because James Brown had his own style, you know.
And there's a quality too, like the huskiness in his voice. You have that.
Yeah. Oh, I have that too?
You do. There's a quality to his voice.
Yeah.
When you hear you can hear that, like there's that distinct tone.
Yeah, that identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, so I saw that James Brown had his own rhythmic music, had his own lyrics, had his own dance. So it's about three things in one. So my motivation was coming out of there to be able to compose, you know, put lyrics and put my dance to it. And, you know, it became a fascination. People were too fascinated with that.
It is so fascinating. So today when I see your dance moves, I am fascinated. and I've been fascinated all my life by your dance moves.
You see?
Let me stay here for a little bit. What is the movement? What's going on?
Yeah. You know, back in Secondary, I had some few friends. So I think about 4 or 5 of us. So after schooling, when we come back home, we loved the music, but we didn't have monies to buy the congas and things like that. So we started creating with our mouth, you know, the rhythm. Because when the conga is playing, you can hear it playing. So the motivation was coming, then they play too, you know. So started adding words and everything to the rhythm. And lo and behold, I mean, you know, about a bullfruit, about a quadris, about a pano, about a one kencho, about a one, you know, people were too fascinated with that. And I used to meet some other people, you know, that they used to tell me, yo, Ambolley, you know, when I was at school, my name was Ambolley. I said, how did that happen? He said, because I was doing your dance and everybody was calling me Ambolley.
You need to explain the dance to me because, you know, like I need to understand what's happening. Like you do something like this.
Yeah.
And then the leg goes with the hand.
Yes.
What's happening?
You know, it's coming out of creativity because the friends that I'm telling you about, when we meet, we form a circle. And when we form a circle, now we're going to start with a rhythm. Then one of us will jump in the middle and start to do his own thing. And when he finishes, gets out, the second one that has to jump in the middle has to do totally a different thing from what the first person did. So creativity was coming out of there. Everybody was,
keep creating.
Yeah, you have to keep on creating. And many a time when we're doing this and the passerbys, you know, passing by, when they get there, they stop and they look out there and they burst into laugh. You know, so I saw that, whoa, this, you know, there's something that it creates some affection, you know. And I said, okay, that's good. So when I got involved into music professionally, I told myself that, yes, I'm going to bring it back and put it back in. And that was my savior. That was what made people to know there is somebody with the name Gyedu-Blay Ambolley.
But you have swag, like some serious swag. And I need to understand this one. Do you put it on because you are in music, or is it just there? I think yours is effortless. There's just some effortless swag that just,
Yeah.
Because even when you're doing something funny, the swag.
Yeah, it is because when you're doing something like in course of performances whereby people are sitting down watching you. When you get on the stage, you have to let them know that what you are coming to do is part of you. It's not something that you are coming to recreate or something that you want to do for them to be able to see that. No, it has to be effortless.
It has to come from within.
Yeah. So when I get to the stage, I can even stand for about 30 seconds without saying anything. And it's
something.
It's something.
You're not talking, but you're doing a lot.
Yes.
Just by standing there.
Yes, and looking at them and them looking at me. But I know that they are there because of me. So I'm sharing something with them, and I need to share it properly. I mustn't force it on them. I have to let them feel that they are part of what I'm doing. And it's been working because, the way I do my music, whatever that I do, it's always effortless. I don't force myself into it to be able to achieve anything. No. Everything that it does, it comes like, how the Almighty is given to me. So on the same token, I do my thing, whether I'm talking or whether about the quadris or whether, about the rhythm, everything is just right in there.
How about the quadris?
Yeah, some of
you explain some of these things to us.
Oh, definitely.
I've been singing about the quadris again my whole life. I don't know what the quadris is. Please, what is this quadris?
The quadris is means that when everything is fully under control. When everything is under control, yeah, man, it's about the quadris, man. When it's out of control, then it's, oh man, this is boosting.
It's boosting.
Yeah, this is boosting. And we started creating these words, back in secondary because when some can't so boy chita magawa when they say who are or if you be because the answer is what on the ground when you what for that do. You guys may always catch on they say was under Anthony was saying can all these things were some of the things that we're trying to do now official, trying to mix. Because Secondary Takrada is a place where people do a whole lot of slang, and out of the slang. Yeah, man, and out of the slang, they kind of mix it up, and it becomes, something that becomes entertaining.
Yes.
That's why when you hear singers that are from the Western region, their way of interpretation is totally different from our brothers from the Ashanti region and all that. Because we know how to cook it.
About the quadris.
About the both foods.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we know that you nurtured this talent from when you were in secondary school.
No, I didn't attend any secondary school. I attended only elementary school.
Oh yes, you said elementary school. But you know what? In my mind, elementary school was secondary school, so it's not. Elementary school is
it's
lower
totally
than
different, yes, because that is from the ages of 6 to 16. Sometimes you might enter into senior school maybe when you are 14 because of common entrances and all that kind of thing. But aside from that, you spend about 10 years, to finish elementary school before secondary.
Why did you not go further?
No, because there wasn't anything that I was going to go there to learn. When I finished with my elementary school, I saw that, okay, I can read, I can write.
And you speak well. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It means that when I travel anywhere, I can be able to identify where I am and all that. So that was enough for me. And I'm very happy that I didn't go to secondary school or even university. You know why?
Tell me.
Because the curriculum and everything is not helping us as a people. They're teaching us too much of Europeanism and all that, forgetting about Africanism. You know, one time I went to University of Legon and the music department, and I saw that they're still teaching them about Mozart, Chopin. I said, man, why? Mozart is irrelevant. Chopin is irrelevant because there are Kulimos, there are Ifrimamos, and these are the people who are in our culture, you know, and these are the people that we need to learn from. But the deviation is too big. So when we come out of school, our way of culture and everything, it's totally about, just about a quarter of our interpretational way of life.
No, but you see, it's what you're saying is brilliant, because if, as somebody who has trained all the way to university in a profession, if I have to learn about Mozart and I can't relate that to my reality, because that's that's on the other side, that's parallel to whatever it is that's happening today, here, now. So if it's not relatable to me and my life and my existence, how do I make relevant music that would appeal to the people that I'm trying to sing?
Because they are teaching you not to think, but they are teaching you to show you, teaching you and showing you how to copy. Because you listen to Mozart, you learn how to play violin or cello or anything, then you'll be rehearsing like, you know, what you hear coming from Mozart and things like that. And that has affected our way of life. Not only music, you know, our social life and all that. The miseducation is too strong. And it baffles me that we have elders and we are not trying to sit down to be able to rectify this, because we need to. The younger ones that are coming, their future is very bleak for them because they are not teaching them to think. And it's a big problem.
That's a huge problem.
Yeah.
That's a huge problem. How did your parents feel about, you know, you doing music? How did they feel about it? At the time, please, this one, pure education, educate me. I know that now people can't do music today, I mean 2019. It's not perhaps as bad as maybe if we take it to the 90s. Her parents were like, don't do music or don't do football. I think times have changed a little, correct me again if I'm wrong. But then I'm wondering about the 70s. How was it like back then? Was music a thing to do? Was it something your parents would be happy if you did in the 70s?
No, I don't think so, because in the 70s, back in the 60s into that, you know, parents were too much engulfed into having their sons become doctors and lawyers and all that. So if you want to enter into music, it's a no-no, or if you want to become a soccer player, like a footballer, it's no-no. Because they're looking at music like something that, you know, people entertain themselves at beer bars, playing music, guitars, and singing drunk, and things like that. So they think that that's how it's going to be. They didn't know that music is a vital something of a human race. Without music, the human mind will be dead. Because it's the music that attracts the human mind to be able to realize his or her surroundings. Because as we sit here by sound, you will know what is happening. Without sound, then it's like a vacuum. You know, so sound is very important, very, very important in our lives. My mother didn't like it when I went to enter into music. I remember there was a band that came to perform in Sekondi, and I met the guitar player. I became friends with him, and I said I was going to visit him. I didn't do that until I finished with my elementary school. Then I said, well, I'm no more at school, so, you know, I just one day.
This is the time.
Yeah, one day I just said, I'm going. So I went, came straight to Accra. That time the band was staying at Kokomemle.
In Accra?
In Accra.
Okay.
The band's name was the Globe Masters. So
the Globe Masters.
Yes. So right from Circle, I started asking around that I wanted to go to Kokomemle, and they showed me Kokomemle and all that. And when I got to Kokomemle, I asked of the band's Globe Masters residence. They showed me. And I was able to get there. The guy, when he saw me, man, he was shocked, but he accepted me. I was there for 1 week before I would see one morning here the face of my mother.
Wait, what? She came to Accra?
She came Accra all the way from Secondary. My mother didn't attend school that much, but the way that she was able to find where I was at that time, wow. So she came and she said, no, let's go, we're going back to Secondary. And they get, and the, and the guitar player said, well, if your mother says so, then, or then you know. So I followed her back to Secondary. And when I asked my father said, well, if you think that's what you came to do, I give you my blessing. But my mother, no. So I went back to Secondary, and 4 years later, another band came to pick me up. Not that another band, but 4 years later, a band came to pick me up, a professional band. So that was my first professional band that I ever played. And there my mother couldn't come anyway because she didn't know where I was.
I mean, she's tired. she's tired.
Yeah.
So you really, really wanted this. You wanted to do this music.
Yeah.
So the 4 years, what was the 4 years like? The 4 years of not being able to...
The 4 years in between, there was a band in Secondary anyway.
So you never stopped?
No, I didn't stop anyway. Because there was a band in Secondary called the Railway Band that was being led by Ebo Taylor.
Oh,
so, Ebo Taylor asked me to join the band. I was with the band as a vocalist, and the bass player left. But because I knew how to play guitar, it was easy for me to move to the bass. So I moved to the bass. I was playing the bass for the 4 years, and another band came to pick me up as a bass player. So that made me to leave Secondary to go and play music professionally.
Did your mom see the success? Did she see it?
Yeah, I mean, she would sometimes see me on TVs and things like that, and her friends and everything were, happy, and she has to join them because everybody was happy. So
she became happy.
She became happy also.
That's a good.
And she knew that, from where I am, and now the gap is too much. And she saw me also that I was being able to take care of myself, everywhere that I went, and musically, and here she saw me on TV and all that. So she saw that I wasn't on the wayside, she saw that I was pursuing.
You were doing something for yourself, being responsible. How is fame like? Please tell me. How is fame like? How is it like to be famous? To be known by everybody? Because you move around, everybody knows you. How is that like? How does that feel like?
There are a whole lot of advantages.
Okay.
And also disadvantages.
Really?
Oh yeah, because everything is just like a coin.
Wow.
The head and the tail. And the advantage part of it is that anywhere that I go, I am received. People see me and become happy. I mean, they see me, they'll be singing some of my songs and all that. Oh, Mr. Ambolley, what brought you here? And they said, oh, okay, Mr. Ambolley, sit down. So, they become happy, in assisting me anywhere that I go. One other good thing about it too is that I'm very happy that I put smiles on the faces of people. It makes me, it's a fulfillment. Because sometimes I might be driving around town and, I get to, say, maybe a traffic light and things like that. And sometimes school children will passing by. And they see me and they say, hey, quiet man. Hey, I brought a bowl fruit. And it shocks me. Because when I look at their ages, you know, say that they may be about 12 and things like that. When I made that music, they weren't born.
No, I wasn't born.
Thank you. And so for them to be able to come and be part of it, you know, I think it's a great achievement. You know, and aside from the children, other drivers and things like they see me, hey, you say, hey. I mean, they call me names, different names. I mean, some call me director, hey, director. So, hey, professor. You know, they give me different names and things like that. And, you know, I become happy with that because it tells me that whatever that I'm doing, you know, people are recognizing, you know, what I'm doing. And I think it's one of the greatest fulfillments, you know. It's not all that about money, no. Money is just a means of exchange, you know, and you don't need that much money even to live. You know, so when I hear people saying, oh, I'm a millionaire and all that, you can't use all that money.
You can't even sleep in 2 houses at a time.
Thank you so much. You know, so when you do it well, the assistance of money will come because it's an implant. When you plant it well, it will grow. You know, whatever that I have, wherever that I've traveled and everything, it's all given to me by music. You know, so it tells me, and it also, you know, helps me to thank the Almighty, you know, for me to be able to use this as a formation of life, you know, for my end. I'm so much happy with that.
Let's talk about the negatives, because you said there are positive sides and there are negative sides. I can't think of any negative sides, but tell me, what are the negative sides?
Negative sides, sometimes, you know, it falls into jealousies and all that. Sometimes you might go to perform and a girl will see you and will be so much happy with you, want to talk to you, want to get closer to you, and maybe she came with somebody. You know, and the person will see that the girl is getting too close, and all that. So then, sometimes they come on, let's go, you know, and all that. So all these, you know, form different things of it. You know, somebody might say, hey, this guy, he took my girl from my hands, or this guy. So you meet him somewhere and things like that. It's a different ball game.
Uncle, let's do a little confession. Uncle, I mean, did it happen? Were you taking people's girls?
No.
Over the years. I'm not talking about now. Like over the years.
Yeah. I mean,
because we have heard that, you know, people in entertainment industry, musicians, actors, you know, all these people with the swag and the personality, they tend to engage in a little excesses here and there.
Oh yeah, but that's very true anyway. You know, I don't have a problem with a woman, you know. If I want to have a woman and thing, I don't have a problem with it. You know, whether he's 20s or 30s or 40s, or I don't have a problem with it. Because I'm very much particular, you know, about how to treat a woman. You know, I have a whole lot of respect for a woman. You know, for a woman, you know, to be able to, you know, come out with a baby, you know, with hands, eyes, and everything, that's another creation. And it's a woman who creates it. It's not a man. Even you go to back the Bible, they say, oh, Adam, they took the rib of Adam to, this is all bull, man. What kind of bull? No. It was the woman, rather, who gave birth to Adam. Because you can't, yes, if a man is here and a woman is here, who gives birth? It's the woman. So they can't tell me that they used the rib of Adam to create a woman. Oh, no, these are all stories, you know. It was the woman, rather, who gave birth to a man. Because that's the reality. It's a woman who gave birth to a man, you know, baby, feed, breastfeed, teaches the man how to walk, talk, and all that. Now, when the man gets of age, then he thinks that, yeah, I'm the
boss.
We are the boss. You are a baby. Today you say you are a boss. It was the woman. So it makes me give a whole lot of respect to a woman. I don't want to mistreat a woman. No. You know, so many of these things happen, like we're talking about the jealousies and all that kind of thing. But I don't like to take nobody's woman. The moment that I see that you are with a man and things like that, I will never ever get close. Because I know the downfall of a man is two things, woman and money. You know, and if you are not particular, if it's not at the back of your mind, you sway and you fall short easily, because you know, you go to perform, lots of people are, hundreds of people are sitting down, you alone standing on the stage entertaining them. There are women in there, young guys in there, and all that. Automatically, one or two, even out of say about 4,000 people looking at you, one or two will be so much fascinated that they would like to get close to you. You know, they would like
That's
to
a
put,
fact.
yeah, they would like to put themselves on you. So they will look for you at the backstage and all that, you know, say some things, you know, to, you know, all that. But we have all these experiences after all these years, you know, in the circles of music. And when you come like that, I know where you're coming from, you know, and I don't like to play with things like that. You know, like sometimes when we go out to travel and you meet a woman, you know, after your performances and things like that, sometimes some men take advantages and, you know, go with a woman and things like that. But for me, a woman that will get too close and things like that, it tells me that I need to be careful. Because the same thing that she's doing to me, when the next band also comes, is the same thing.
Of course. Uncle, do you have a family?
Yeah.
Tell me about your family.
Well, my real family, like my father passed, my mother passed just some few years back. My father passed around 72. Yeah. And but I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Coming from me, I have 1 boy and 3 grandchildren. You know, so these are my family. When I go to Secondary, my brothers are there. One of them is in Germany. One of them is Secondary. My other brothers is in Nigeria. One of my sisters is here. One of the one is in Kumasi and Secondary. So we've been liaising up. So for that, my son is in England with their grandchildren. You know, so we've been liaising.
What's he like? I'm just curious. What's he like? Is he into music? What does he do?
No, he didn't. He likes to do music a little bit, but he didn't take it that seriously. You know, he learned how to do welding and things like that from a technical school in Western Region, in Zama area. I think Kikam Technical School then, and from there, then he went to Amsterdam before moving to the UK. So naturally he didn't do music, but when I'm doing music, you see that he's getting close. He wants to do.
He grew up with music.
Yes. He's got that in him, because when he's sitting down with his co-equals, you know, he's the entertainer. You know, his words and his movements and all that.
He's the one entertaining.
Yeah.
He's the one entertaining. And you are an entertainer.
Yes.
I say that your music is feel-good music.
Yeah.
It's feel-good music. It's the kind of music that just lifts up your mood, you know.
Yeah.
Are you deliberate about that? Is this something that you deliberately set out to do, that I am going to make music that will make people happy? I'm going to make music that would brighten up the mood. Is this something that, because I've listened to your songs and that's how it's, you know, other people make songs about other things, but your music is just feel good. It's feel good music.
It is though, because if I'm writing music, I'm also thinking about the people as well, because we use music to inform the people, you know, of the do's and don'ts of life. And that's what we came to meet, because back in the days when our fathers were making high life music and all that, they singing about life. You know, things that Aumunyamo dofu efimehu brewu subanti krofo bekon wasamoye nyimgwasi saminti dofu hyohuye. You know, so that he's telling you something, you know, and that's what we have to use music to do. So at any time that I'm writing music, I look at life like Ejonyami, Umbarusu,
I like that.
Nananyanye, Bonina Dosun. Yeah, you know.
I love that song.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know, you look at the nature of people, like you stand by Makola like this, you see lots of people passing by differently. You know, somebody carrying something, sweating, somebody's running, somebody's exchanging money. So you see that man is struggling. You know, but all these struggles are also coming from our own makings. You know, so we have to use the music to inform and educate. But the younger ones these days, singing about their girlfriends, you know, they're more than anything, you know, because they don't have responsibilities.
I want us to talk about that once we come back from the break.
Okay.
So we'll talk about today's type of music and how you feel about it.
Okay.
We haven't danced though. And today you will teach me the moves. I'm
Yeah. I mean, I know that you get to that.
Yeah.
And I'll let you have it.
Yes. Thank you. We will take a break at this point. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Honey, I'm home. I have a surprise.
You know when yeah, check. Mami, so we feel some yoga.
Hey, I'm saying, maybe I'll tell you. Minibia, obey my way in to a trap. When I'm a did my wedding, Mr. Q.
She say me a beman kasankasa.
Nichina minas one kasa. Ankasa.
She said it here.
Aye, we back and then it's strong enough.
I could say,
or backward and one which name.
Mr. Wasimia, with your boy, man.
Hey, I can't yadi near more.
At Fonko Kulun Ghana Limited, our East Legon, a Champion Junction, for 0244 139 176.
Mr. Q, we are Q.
Tina Sisiara, Mamma Brenty, and Tiwaran, Miss Gessimano. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody go now, come jetting. 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 Somebody go now, go right to back and tell you. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, yeah, me a brand here, see grace man. Man, me a brand here, see grace man. My life is secret, man. So look into you. Much of my work is secret. Get a soul about what you gonna do. When you get a feel about what you gonna do. I ain't gonna tell you, you gotta know. I'm in the house, you know what I do. Back in the days in 73, I can never work a record on a Simigwa do. By the clenching of the hand and the tension of the feet. Second D, Asam Sudu. I'm the first Ghanaian who started to rock. Back in the days in 73, yeah, alright, on I'm a dancing. On Shampaboa, baby, on a mandazi, baby, on Shampaboa, baby, on a mandazi, baby, on Shampaboa, baby, on a mandazi, baby, on Shampaboa, yeah. Samana Babodo, you may take some Manaka Bodo. Woyo, ha ha. Eba. What's the best she do? 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 What's the best she told? On a mandazi, yeah, on Shampaboa, baby, on a mandazi, yeah, on Shampaboa, baby, on a mandazi, yeah, on Shampaboa, baby, on a mandazi, yeah, on Shampaboa, yeah. For Bessia at the Bay famous and now. Eruti Bessia, native Bessia Papa. On ya the mammas and all Bessia will be she tiala ho. On ya the ma, on your body, mammy tree. Abassa Basido, Abassa Basido, Abassa Basido, Abassa Basido, Abassa Basido. Abasabasito, 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 on a mandazi, eba, on Shampaboa, baby, on a mandazi, eba, on Shampaboa, baby, on a mandazi, eba, on Shampaboa, baby, on a mandazi, eba, on Shampaboa, yeah.
back from the break. Welcome back. Uncle, when I know I'm dad's now. One onion.
And so, you know, when I'm from the one shampoo. Nani are rider abebu. Yeah. I can for be said be finance on them daza or just over shitting over saying. That's why they proverb.
That's a proverb.
Yeah.
And what does it mean?
It means that you know, if you do something or you want to take care of something, make sure that you do it good. You know, picking up something, pick something that somebody that is good.
Because her feet are dirty.
Yeah, the feet are dirty.
She's not dirty.
Automatically,
yeah.
You know, your bedsheet will be dirty anyway.
Okay, let's talk about today's music.
Yeah.
Who in the music industry today fascinates you?
There are a lot of, you know, these young guys with, you know, energetic young guys and things like that. And we could also be able to identify the genuine ones in there and the fake ones in there. You know, there are some who are just coming to try, you know, if it will happen for them. And we see them, we know them. Genuinely, there are some in there that has something, but they also need to be schooled a little bit, you know, taught a little bit. When I came back from America, I was at the Ghana Broadcasting House and for an interview, and a young guy was there. And later on, I found out that his name was or is Obrafo.
Obrafo.
Yeah, and I liked, you know, the way he was rapping. You know, I became fascinated with that. But the music that supports his rap, you know, is something that doesn't sit right with me, because we need to have music with identity. You know, so when he adds his rap to it, then there will be total identification right there. You know, and there are others.
So the rap that Obrafo chants out for you is in a category.
Yeah.
Like a special category that should be supported with a special category of music.
Yes.
See what you mean?
The Africanism in his rap is right there. So the music has to be Africanized as well. So both of them will sync in, you know, and they're still playing with a computer style of sounds and, you know, using sounds that was put in there by the white people and all that. And it is, you know, swaying us away from our identity, you know, and it doesn't sit right with me.
So immediately I understand that you like the authentic stuff, the beats. Let's make actual music.
Yes, because every country has its music. Every country. When you go to, as we hear Jamaica, we know that dancehall, reggae, and everything is from Jamaica. You go to South America, we know salsa music and all that from there. You know, you go to India, it's Indian music. When you come to Ghana and West Africa, we know that it's highlife music. So where is the deviation? You know, the young guys coming, they've dropped down our heritage and going after dancehalls, trying to sing in patois, trying to speak in Jamaican, you know, terminologies and all that. And it's something that they're copying. You know, it's not themselves.
It's not authentic.
No, it's not authentic.
It's not authentic.
You know, and like when I saw Stoneboy and Sean Paul collaborating and things like that. Yes, Sean Paul, he came from Jamaica. They sing in patois.
That's his authentic
That
music.
is, yes. And that's what he was portraying. Stoneboy, you don't belong to that. So after he did what he had to do and you, Stoneboy, came and also trying to sing in patois and things like that, who is copying who? You know, so I wish that some boy could have even did his own in our broken English.
Pidgin.
Pidgin. That could have.
Pidgin English.
Yes.
So you also sell something to them.
Thank you.
They sell something to you.
Thank you.
You sell something to them.
Thank you.
Beautiful exchange.
That's it. You know, you take his pidgin and you twist it around, your pidgin, you twist it around and things like that. Then he'll be learning from you as well. You know, but when he hear you singing like patois and want to talk like patois, he say, what's wrong with this guy? You know. But we sit down here, we hail all that. You know. And these energetic young guys, man, that have the energy to move forward. But the indoctrination, you know, of information, you know, and education, you know, on the side of music is not happening, you know. So we cannot sell, you know, this kind of style outside.
So do you do collaborations with the young people? Because I have seen you in something. When I was in school, I wasn't in the country, and everyone, I used to play this particular song. It was something Richie put together. It was about you know, Assassini.
Yeah.
It was you in there.
Yeah.
There was Ziggy. There was Thea. There was VIP. Everybody was in there.
Yeah, Easy was in
and
there.
I used to play that song every single morning. That Yanaya Assassini.
Yeah.
Every single morning. Every morning. But is that the only work you've done with the young people? Do you have other collaborations with young people?
I have.
Okay.
I did collaboration with Sway.
Oh.
Yeah, I did collaboration with TikTok. You know, I did collaboration with Replay. There's some few that I've collaborated with.
Oh, wow.
But I told myself I wasn't going to do that anymore.
Why?
Because these are the young guys, when we go to the studio, they want to do about 10 songs in a day.
Eesh.
You know, they want to finish one, put it aside, bring another one, and put it. I said, no, you don't do music like that. If you do music like that, it doesn't stay that long. You know, Bob Marley is dead a long time ago, but when you play his music today, you see that there's some genuineness, you know, in his music, and that allows the music to stay, you know, beyond its years. You know, so these are some things that we talk about, that if you want to do it, you better do it well.
Because, I mean, we just spoke about this. This song that was playing, that I'm singing along to, was done in the 70s. I wasn't born.
You weren't born that time.
And I can appreciate that song today.
Thank you.
When it's playing, I'm singing along to the song. The song was about 10 years old before I was born. And that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, because
That's
of the
something.
genuineness in the music. You know, the genuineness allows the music to stay for a long time. You know, because fake things, you know, fades away, you know, very, very fast. You know, so in doing this music, every time that I do music, I make sure that it goes into that direction. So I told myself that these young guys, you know, unless I'm doing it, then I'll call them in. You know, but sometimes they prepare the music. You know, so let's get Mr. Ambolley, you know, let him, you know, give him by 8 bars, and then you know, sometimes I go and listen to the music and all that. It's just like, what was it, one of these guys who did Mia Bente's Yes Imanu, that one of my songs. One of these rappers, a tall guy, what's his name? Joe B or what?
Joe B.
Yeah, they did Ben said Miss Gessimano, you know. And after that, they called me to the studio to listen to it and all that. I didn't like it anyway. But I see that this is how they understand it.
They wanted to interpret it.
Yeah, they wanted to interpret, so I left them. You know, because these things, they should have gotten me involved musically, because you are using my music. You know, so even if you're going to modify it, yes, there are ways and means of modification.
So how does that work out? He's used your song, you don't like the interpretation. How does that work out? What happens?
Sometimes I could have stopped it.
Okay.
Because it's my music.
It's your song, yeah.
Yeah. If you are interpreting it, it has to be better than mine.
Yes.
Or it has to run a par with mine. It mustn't go below that.
Okay.
But I sat back and analyzed the whole situation. I saw that, these are young kids,
but he's paying homage to you as well, isn't he?
Well, yeah, everybody knew that, that's my music and things like that. But I saw that this is how they understood it to be. And so I let it go, but I think it could have been better, for international purposes. But when we're doing music, we have to think of it in a form that it will go beyond the shores of Ghana.
Absolutely.
That's where the money is.
Absolutely.
These young guys, they do it here, they get, what we call it, they give them monies, that's what they assign them, and all that. Then their head, gets so big, and they think that that's how it's going to be all the time. When I came back, there were so many songs that I heard were hits. Every club that you go or every party that you hear those songs. But today you don't hear it. I heard something like, "Small girl, you don't know that thing," and I teach you that. When you go to clubs and everything, it was top of it. But you don't hear them anymore. So we need to take time to put the music together for its long stay.
So that 30 years from today, 40 years from today, we would still play the song and would still enjoy it.
Yeah.
And we'll still enjoy it. That's something.
Ready. About the about the both about the too bad, oh no, yeah, kaku, about the pano, and so can't or horse, mamma to the corner, my Jim, oh, no, yeah, banching. So, Mamma, gentleman, Jimmy, Madame, my miracle port, I see, things one out, and so be a belly, and so be a tono. Eva, one can chew and one tell, and one blow. In some kinds of kinds of boy, Kitamagawa, and they say who are on the ambulance in the house. You don't know what I do. Back in the days in 97, the truck came out with a record called Simigwa do. By the clinching of the hand and the twisting of the feet, second D, I submit to do. That's the place we get together, groove together when everything gets mellow. On your shagun bang. So now, we've done the two, now it's left with the steps.
Yes.
Okay. You want the steps too?
Yes.
Now? Hey.
Yes. I am Oliver Twist. I want and I'll leave it to ask for more.
Is that so? Hey. Oliver Twist did ask for more.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. And this I can do, no? Yeah. Samana Quaba, he bowed, Samana Quaba, he bowed, now Samana Quaba, he bowed, now then play to the mammy say, so Ramana Samako Faba, her, and Samako Kuma, Conta, Samati, Sumana, pain, bish. Yeah, just a little, just a gist of it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Uncle G, why are you doing this here?
Because that's that's the sustainer.
That's what sustains us.
Yeah.
That's what sustains us.
Yes.
Could you see your messages?
Whole lot of them.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, lots and lots of them.
Wow.
Okay. Should I try a little to read just a few?
Okay.
Before we go, please stop calling the WhatsApp line. I want to do justice to all of these messages. This one says, please, Ama, tell my old boy he's the best from Takwa. Okay. This one says, please play his music. Akokoba J.
Yeah.
Dede.
Akokoba
J. Okay. This one says, what kills me? Okay. It says, hello. Wow. That's my man. Oh. In fact, he's my secret admirer. Oh. Since my infancy. I started enjoying his raps from the 90s when I was 7 years. The name is Kaka in the central region. What kills me is his deep voice. Well, me and you both. This one says, please don't kill me. Well, he's killed all of us already. This one says, I am Nanaya Ofusua Benes. I appreciate your talented career in music. I cherish you like my father. God bless you. She says respond. He says respond, amen.
Amen. Amen. Well received.
Well received. This one says, Samuel Okran, inside Tadi. I love this man so much. You really made we the Nzimas proud. Okay. This one says, good evening. Please, that is great. God bless you more. My name is Prophet Williams from Accra. This one says, Mr. Dr. Blay, you have no size. You will live forever. Ama, okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. General in Aroshi. Okay. This one says, Ibrahim is my name. I'm from Senegal. This man is so interesting. Okay. Thank you. So much love from Senegal. This one says, he is the real genius. My regards to him, and I love. Okay, I love you too. His name is Dasibre Ejeni Mbwaten Kaswa Opaikuma. Okay, I hope I got that. Okay. This one says, Atu Bright from Aguna Swedru. I really love this man. He's such a great legend. This one says, hi, Mr. Ambolley is great and intelligent. He's the champion of authentic Ghanaian music. His name is Kwesi from Kwabenya, Accra. This one says, hey, okay, please stop calling. Please stop calling. I can't read when you keep calling. Please ask him where did he get the cap from. This man is so talented. Wow, look, his name is Nana from Ajibako. So he actually took a video of us dancing and sent it back to us.
Oh, I see.
Okay, this one says, please can I get your number? This one says, may Joey Black from Achim AUC Gyedu-Blay Ambolley is too much. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless him with long life and prosperity. This one says, I'm really blown away with his mannerisms. This legend has proved one thing, that education of Ghana has suffered immensely. His name is Kofi Asari, a free year from Abeka. This one says, okay, I'm waiting for his answer. Don't worry, he's already given his answer. He says he will take all your numbers. Okay. Wow, hey, what a man. We have this man in the music industry. That's a question mark. I'm happy this evening. His name is Bosu Yao in Kwehu South. This one says, I love J. Blade too much. He's a true legend for Ghana and Africa as a whole. His name is Selassie from North Kaneshi. I'm an underground artist. Okay. You're looking after him. Great stuff. This one says, okay, please tell him I like him more. All right, I'll tell him. This one says, good evening. My name is Justice Rashid. Stop calling. This man is really good. Thank you. This one says, please, I have a high life piece recorded 2 years ago. Okay, I'll show him this message. This one says, the best comes from the west.
From the west.
Okay. Okay, so Sekendi Takwada is represented on Pan African TV. Okay, Kwesi from Sekendi. Kwesi, ma'am, you're second girl. So, you know. This one says, Sir General, God bless you. Okay, Brady from Nungwa. Okay, this one says, Don Mali from Kumasi. I love this man. He's the best legend. Okay, I think I've done well. I think I have done well. I will show the rest of all your messages to Uncle G.
A lot.
Uncle G, I'll show them all to you.
Yes.
Uncle G, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for the great music over the years. Thank you for being a lesson, to us that it's important to stay yourself and stay authentic. Thank you for making us proud of who we are in terms of our music, cherishing our own. Thank you for being true to yourself, because there's one thing I know about you, and this really showed it. You just speak your mind. It's how you feel.
That's right.
Thank you for that, and just thank you for being great and awesome. And don't stop.
Okay.
Don't.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I've been watching most of your programs.
Thank you.
And the way you deal with your anybody that comes here, you have that swag thing, that you deal with them.
Swag, it's from Secondary.
You're from Secondary. And just keep on keeping it on like that.
Thank you.
And thank your father too for the Africanism, because we need that so much. And follow suit, and let's educate the world and inform them. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please, when you come back home.
or any given
Because
time?
I didn't learn well.
Yeah, you didn't learn well. I mean, because we had the table, because when we're doing it, there has to be space.
We have to let everything leave here. So please, you come back and teach me, and I promise to be a better student.
Oh, wow. You are already a better student.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, this has been our show. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying true to Pan African TV. Like, Uncle G said, Africa is what we have. It's all we have. And we have to keep striving, to maintain ours and be authentically Africans. Justice Apia is up next. Let me just say thank you to my team. I have a great team of producers, Maud, Justice himself, TJ. Hey, TJ, I see you looking at my face. Chidi, of course, the directors, Daryl, Nanake, Edem, there's Ruben, there's everybody. Thank you, guys. Without you, we can't, have this show. Have a lovely weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.
You know how it is. My name is Gyedu-Blay Ambolley from the western part of Ghana, Sekendi Takoradi. Yeah. And I just want you all to know that this is my live session. And when it comes to live session, we bring in music from Sekendi.